Good morning, KLGR viewers. KLGR Farm Director Scott Colon with you on this Wednesday, February 8th. Here's a check of your egg headlines and a market update. First in egg headlines, the U.S. Department of Agriculture's Economic Research Service released the February farm income forecast yesterday. Net farm income, which is considered a broad measure of profits, is forecasted at $136.9 billion for the calendar year, a decrease of $25.9 billion, or just under 16% relative to last year. After adjusting for inflation, net farm income is forecasted to decrease $30.5 billion, or 18.2%, this year. Despite the expected decline, net farm income this year would be 26.6% higher than its 20-year average of $108.1 billion in inflation-adjusted dollars. Net cash income is forecasted at $150.6 billion this year, down $39.4 billion, or around 20.7%, relative to 2022. Cash receipts from the sales of egg commodities are forecasted to decrease by $23.6 billion from a forecasted record high of $543.4 billion last year to $519.9 billion this year. Also contributing to the forecast for lower income this year are the lower direct government payments and higher production expenses. The average net cash farm income for farm businesses is forecasted to decrease 17.7% year over year to around $92,400 per farm this year. The Purdue University's CME Group Ag Economy Barometer Index rose again last month to a reading of 130, 4 points above its 2022 year-end index value. The January survey results also pushed the index 34% higher compared to its 2022 low point, which occurred back in June. The barometer's modest rise in January was a primary attributable to better expectations for the future, as the Future Expectations Index rose 5 points to a reading of 127, while the Index of Current Conditions, with a value of 136, changed little compared to the prior month. The Financial Performance Index dropped to 93, down from the 109 in December, but that primarily reflects producers being asked to look ahead to 2023 and compare it to 2022, rather than comparing 2022 to 21. Of the 400 respondents, 22% expect to have larger farm operating loans compared to 2022, which was down somewhat from last January, when 27% of respondents expected to have a larger operating loan. And the USDA's January 1st cattle inventory report placed the total number of cattle and calves at 89.3 million head. That's consistent with trade expectations for a 3% decline from a year ago. The decline comes as cattle producers face a fourth consecutive year of contractions within the cattle cycle, and that's approaching inventory lows last seen in 2014 and 15 at the start of the current cycle, when producers began rebuilding following the 2012 drought. Beef producers are anticipating to be 6.5% lower this year compared to last year. University of Illinois economist Jason Franken suggested that all things considered, prices in 2023 are likely to exceed those in the last couple of years. Current conditions are even bringing about speculation of the possibility of exceeding record prices last set in the fourth quarter of 2014. Franken says that seems feasible for fat cattle, which are already trading around $156 per hundredweight. That's Look at Egg headlines this morning. Here's a check of your markets. March corn up 3/4 at 6.74 3/4. December up 1 3/4 at 5.95 1/4. March soybeans up 10 1/4 at 15.25 1/2, while November's up 5 1/4 at 13.75 3/4. Chicago March wheat up 2 1/2 at 7.52 1/4. July is up 1/2 at 7.67 1/2. Minneapolis March spring wheat up 3 at 9.20 1/4. July is up 2 pennies at 9.07 1/2. Kansas March red wheat up a nickel at 8.90 3/4, while July is up 1 1/2 at 8.64 3/4. March oats, they're down 1/2 at 3.84 1/4, while July is unchanged at 3.76 even. March soybean meal up $5.10 at $486.50. December's up $2.80 at $412.30. March soybean oil down 4 cents at $60.85. December up a penny at $59.41. Meanwhile, in the livestock markets, February live cattle closed yesterday down 1/4 and opens today at $160.57 1/2. June closed down 90 cents and opens today at $159.80. April lean hogs closed yesterday up 55 cents and opens today at $83.27.5. June closed up a dime and opens today at $100.65. March feeder cattle closed yesterday down 50 cents and opens today at $187.20. May closed down 72.5 cents and opens today at $194.80. February pork cutouts closed yesterday down 62.5 cents and opens today at $81.95. May closed up 2.5 cents and opens today at $99.47.5. And on the Class 3 milk futures, February is unchanged at $17.77. April up 12 cents at $17.95 per hundredweight. And that's a look at egg headlines and a market update here on KLGR. I'm Farm Director Scott Colomb. Thanks for watching.